in the 13,000 crore rupee Punjab National Bank fraud case, and ET now learns that the Enforcement Directorate is all set to start the extradition process against the fugitives Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. Well, that's not all. Later this week, the agency will move its first application to charge Nirav Modi under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Law as well. Vijay Ganeshan Iyer is standing by with all those details. Vijay, I'm sure this is a big test case for the Modi government under the new Fugitive Economic Offenders Bill, isn't it?
Absolutely. With this fugitive economic offenders regulation just getting notified 15 to 20 days ago, it would be the Nirav Modi case, which would be the first case to be tested by the Enforcement Directorate, which has now been given more powers under this new regulations under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Having said that, what we gather is that in the next 2 to 3 days, the fresh prosecution complaint would be lodged with the PMLA court here in Mumbai by the Enforcement Directorate against Nirav Modi for duping Punjab National Bank to the tune of 13,000 crores. The moot question is how different this would be from the existing law. What we understand and gather is that this particular regulation, the whole objective is to ensure that the whole of auction process gets expedited and the money recoveries happen sooner. And that is where this law would be different from the current law, where clearly the trial has to first conclude before the assets attached could be auctioned. Now we all know that 6,000 crores worth assets, movable and immovable, of Nirav Modi and his companies have been attached by Enforcement Directorate. The first charge sheet has been filed. So clearly, indeed, it would be a test case, not only to see how quickly and what timelines Enforcement Directorate works, but the moot question is how soon could the monies be recovered after the whole of auction process get completed. And of course, yesterday PMLA court has already issued a non-bailable warrant against Nirav Modi and his family members. So clearly the extradition process will also now gather momentum from the Enforcement Directorate side. They expect, like Vijay Mallya, they would try and put their best foot forward when it comes to ensure that Nirav Modi faces the law. But indeed, fugitive economic offenders regulations will be indeed a test case, and Nirav Modi would be the first case to be tested by the Enforcement Directorate.
You know, staying with that story, Vijay, the CBI is also going to request the Interpol to issue red corner notices to Nishchal Modi and Subhash Parab. Any more details that you have with regard to this?
Ruchi, clearly, as you're rightly pointing out, these are all procedural issues now, respective charge sheet being filed, non-bailable warrants being issued against Nirav Modi and his associates and his family members. Now it's a procedural thing where clearly Interpol will be asked to issue a red corner notice. There is a lot of paperwork which gets involved because there are a lot of clarifications which have to be adhered and addressed by CBI. But indeed, CBI is trying its best to ensure that red corner notice is issued to all this accused in this PNB scam, including Nirav Modi, his associate and his family members, so that there's a travel restriction. And once that Interpol red corner notice gets introduced, then perhaps the extradition process will begin. So clearly, government going all out to ensure that it completes all the processes required to ensure red corner notices are issued, and at the end of the day extradite these fugitives and get them back to face the law in India.
Vijay, stay on with me. I'm also joined by my colleague Abhimanyu Sharma for more details on this. Abhimanyu, what are you picking up? Clearly, the news is tightening around the entire family, and now the CBI has decided to go ahead and file a red corner notice against Nishchal Modi and Subhash Parab as well.
Well, exactly, and also the fact that the request has been sent as far as this entire case is concerned, and of course with this request being sent, if at all a red corner notice is issued against the duo, of course it will tighten the news around the accused in the PNB fraud case. Additionally, what sources are also revealing right now that the response has been received from UK on a diffusion notice which was issued against Nirav Modi on the 15th of February. On the 15th of February, diffusion notices were sent to different countries, and CBI was actively pursuing diffusion notices with the National Central Bureaus of individual countries which were likely to be visited by fugitives, and reiterating confirmation of locations of accused fugitives. UK has shared certain details on their movement, on which further probe and action is currently in process. And as of now, of course, the details of the movement which has been shared by the United Kingdom have not come out in the public domain, but clearly there has been a reiteration and confirmation of locations of the accused fugitives, which certainly would imply that there would be certain more action which would be taken in due course from the Indian agencies, and also this will have a bearing as far as any possible issuance of further notices or red corner notices from side of Interpol.
Abhimanyu, any word on the extradition process, if UK is going to cooperate, and where exactly is Nirav Modi and his other family members in the UK? Abhimanyu, if you can hear me, I was saying, any word from the UK yet on the extradition process and how this is going to pan out, and where exactly is the location of Nishchal Modi, Subhash Parab and the other relatives who've fled out of the country now to UK?
Well, what sources today have revealed, of course, that the response has been received from UK. They have confirmed certain locations of accused fugitives, the names and details of which have not yet come out in the public domain, but certainly certain details have already been shared on which further probe and action is in progress. Initially, when the diffusion notices were sent to different countries on the 15th of February, they were being pursued by the CBI with national central bureaus of individual countries. And now, of course, when certain details have already come out, it's yet to be ensured, it's yet to be confirmed as of now what are the exact locations and details. But certainly, UK has sent its reply, which would come out in the public domain in due course. But till then, the probe is in progress, and certainly any reiteration and confirmation of locations which have already been done will seriously have an impact on the possibility of issuance of any further red corner notices and the requests which have already been sent from the side of India as far as possibility of issuance of red corner notices and the speeding up of the extradition process is concerned.
Right. Abhimanyu and Vijay, many thanks for getting in all those details. The latest in the Nirav Modi gate, while ED is looking to start selling the assets very soon. On the other hand, CBI has also reached out to Interpol and the UK government to figure out the locations of the relatives of Nirav Modi.